fancy intro music. Yeah! Woohoo!
Good afternoon, good evening, and happy Friday to all of you Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And what we have here is an example of something happening this month causing us to want to discuss something today, which is normal. We're going to do a refresher on Syndicate, not just because they added in this really weird, I don't even like to call it a paywall because it's not like locked behind it, but it is a progression wall where you can't do a nice in my opinion, a fantastic quality of life update unless you are level 21 plus Syndicate. So because there have been so many updates to Syndicate, we're going to talk about that today. One of our volunteers on our Discord, Silvis, shout out to Silvis, join the Discord if you haven't already, link in the description, is creating or has now created a spreadsheet to show you where your Syndicate is and how long it's going to take you to level up. So just without further ado, let's go ahead and pop it on the screen. And yes, for shock value, I went ahead and started with the big question. That big question being, how long would it take you to get to Syndicate 21 if all you did was do your Syndicate turn-in, which is this little button right here? Yeah, 2,574 days. Now, the cool thing about this calculator, and link to this will be pinned as the first comment of this chat. It's also in the volunteer chart section of my Discord. Cool thing about this is you make a copy and you can actually do the numbers yourself. So I've got it set to, if you're a player in the 20s, this is how long it takes you to go from Syndicate level 1 to 21 with nothing else helping you out. Keep in mind that this isn't like a pure accurate day thing because there are some things that aren't included. For example, here is my battle pass for my level 16 account, and there's 6,000 Syndicate XP just sitting in there. That doesn't also count what they give through events and event stores. So there are definitely ways to speed this up, because when you see 2,574, you're probably going to have a little bit of a sticker shock because that is a long time. That is literally 7 years, but it doesn't mean it stays that way. The big thing that kicks it off is once you get into the 30s is going to really change things up, because at level 33, you unlock the Mantis, and simply having a tier 1 Mantis changes everything. You go from over 2,000 days all the way down to 239. Literally, if you were going from 1 to 21, just getting the Mantis, it's that big of a deal. It's why we talk about getting it in the incursion store and getting it in event stores. And while we push Scopely to have better sourcing for it, because it is literally that valuable to your Syndicate progression. Let me be very clear, this chart includes everything that Syndicate provides. You could look at all that if you wanted to, just kind of like scroll through the back end here, and you can see tons of cool things like damage increases, whole health increases. Once you get to Syndicate 30, you actually have generators start actually mattering, but you got to get to Syndicate 30. Then obviously you get Grush, and as you go through, you'll eventually, and I'm starting to work on eventually getting Mavery shards, because I'm currently sitting at Syndicate 25, which actually brings up my next question. Let's put in Rev's information. I've got a tier 6 Mantis. I can do double pulls. I've done my Bajoran refinery, and I am in the 40s, and I'm currently Syndicate 25. How long, if I was actually studious, stayed right here, and wanted to go to Syndicate 30, how long would it take me? 286 days. If I actually was really good about doing my clicks. Now, technically, my Mantis should be higher, and let's just say tier 9, that knocks it down a little bit. To remind chat, and remind all those who are viewing now, there is a level progression block with your Mantis. Now, for me, I could actually have a tier 11 Mantis. I've only got like a tier 6 one because for a long time, the Mantis had this log or backlog where nobody wanted to progress it because it was basically like less valuable as you tiered it up. So people stopped investing in the Mantis. That's no longer the case. We now have crews and things where you can actually progress through the Mantis and make it through relatively easily. So if I put this back on the screen, for me, I actually took my Mantis to tier 11. It would actually take me less than 200 days to get to Syndicate 30 if I was actually studious with all my pulls. So for me to max it out and go, whoops, all the way down to now Syndicate 45, well, that's still going to take me several years. So again, this doesn't include anything else I could be adding. Your multiphasics, if you're a spender, can definitely improve the amount of Syndicate XP you're getting. Your bundles, all these other things are not included And it even says that, right? Multiphasics, packs, XP from battle passes, all those are ignored. But I also want to point out, let me knock this back down to a reasonable number so y'all leave the sticker shock. I want to point out the importance of getting that Prophet's Gift in your Bajoran Refinery or Bajoran faction at level 35. Because if I click that off, that adds in a significant amount of time. In fact, let's actually go all the way back. So let's just say you're Syndicate level 15 and you're just trying to get to Syndicate level 21 and you're level 35. Well, one, we're going to knock this back down to about a tier 4 Mantis. How about that? And let's just say you are double pulling, but you go and unlock. Oh, hold on. Let me change the ops range real quick. Let's say that you are Syndicate 35 or you're level 35. How much will it improve just unlocking that favor? That knocks off almost 20 days immediately off how long it takes by simply adding in Syndicate XP to your daily exchange. So the big key here with Syndicate and knowing how long it takes to progress really is you need to be at least in the 30s. And thankfully, the economy is in such a shape that you can get there relatively easily. But it is going to take you a long time if you are a low-level player. Again, let's just swap this back down to these low levels. Let's just do 10 through 19. Let's just talk about getting to level 10. Well, if I don't have a Mantis, that's going to take 100 days. 96 days, in fact, right? A little over 3 months. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to turn the Bajoran's gift off. It's going to take you 353. Again, the importance of that gift. So there is definitely a slow progression arc, not including what you get from the battle pass. I do want to really reiterate that at low levels, as somebody who restarts the game often, there are definitely things that add to the amount of Syndicate XP that you're getting. So it doesn't take as long as was displayed, because as you level up, you need more and more Syndicate XP to be able to actually get what you need. So if I actually take that off the screen real quick and we go back to our main page, you can then see, we scroll all the way back, these early levels, these do not take a ton of XP. So you're able to get through them, I would say, relatively easily. Like, so for example, a tier 5, or I'm sorry, level 5 of Syndicate is 17,000 XP. Well, that 6,000 in the battle pass that I just showed is already 1/3 of that, and that doesn't include anything else that could have helped jump that. In fact, I think its tier 3 is right at 6,000. So they have added some ways to progress. The big key is once you get to level 33, and this is why so many of myself and the other content creators stress the importance of getting the Mantis. Because once you have the Mantis, getting to 21 honestly isn't that big of a deal. Even at a tier 1 Mantis, it immediately becomes pretty relatively easily to go ahead and do, plus all the other bonuses you're getting. Again, this calculator was created by Silvis after we saw a need. After Scopely did the weirdest thing I've ever seen, which is QOL lock. Just, okay, I guess they want early players to spend 100, 200 bucks for Syndicate XP, and it's not like there's any packs for that, is there? Is there? There actually is. I'm not sure how many of you noticed, but it is Black Friday today, is a US holiday, if you will, for spending. And there are some packs in the store, including Syndicate packs, where I could actually go buy 150,000 for $100. That's what I have at my level, and that's an okay amount. That's actually going to push me to past 26, but yeah, anyway, you can sell packs or you can just patient it out. Now this calculator can help you know exactly how long it's going to take. And like I said in the other video, where it's like, it doesn't take that long, depending on your level. You get the Mantis, Syndicate actually is a pretty relatively quick progression. Relatively. Don't have a Mantis? Well, hurry up and wait. Also, definitely shows you the power of that Bajoran faction turn in. It is one of the most important favors and one of the earliest favors that I focus on unlocking, because it is adding to that daily chest and giving you 500 XP a day, which later on doesn't really matter. But when you're in the 30s, this Prophet's Gift, that helps out a lot, actually. This really does give a lot when you're trying to progress through those early levels, as you saw here in the calculator. So again, shout out to Silvis and those volunteers that we have in my Discord doing fantastic work to try to give the community awesome tools to allow them to be better players in this game and to hopefully help educate all of y'all. So hopefully this video has shown you kind of where you are at, or at least where you want to be. One last thing we'll do is we'll open this bad boy up and we'll just say no anything. We don't have Bajorans. We don't have nothing. To go from Syndicate 1 to 45, would take 23,891 days if all you did was pull your daily. Yep. That's not long at all. If you think it's long, well, you're just silly, okay? 23,893 or 91 days is not a long time. In fact, if you divide that by 365, you know the amount of days in a year, that's only 65 years. So it's pretty damn easy to do, you lazy bums. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, as always, we ask that you hit the like button. It looks like a big thumb. Just hit that. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you need any help with this chart and other tools that we have, hit me up on Discord or Facebook. Love all of y'all. Live long and plunder. Stay safe for the Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Catch you on the next Star Trek Fleet Command video. I'm out.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.